Scores by Assignment shows all details for the class related to a specific assignment. The overall analysis, individual comments, and quick score entry by student or for the entire class. Let's tour Scores by Assignment, which can be accessed from the dashboard in the gradebook under Scores by Assignment, or within the gradebook in the gradebook navigation bar under Assignments, and select the desired assignment. From the Scores by Student page by selecting a specific assignment, and also from the Enter Scores button on the Assignment Details drop-down option from the Scores by Class page. The selected assignment title and basic information will display at the top of the page, but more detailed assignment information can be found and edited by clicking on the assignment title. The arrows to the left and right of the assignment will move you to the previous or the next assignment. Students enrolled are listed on the left of the page, and each student's name is a link which will take you to the Scores by Student page to view all assignment details and comments for that specific student. To the left of the student name is the student's permanent ID number. To the right of the student's name is the number correct the student achieved on the assignment. This column can be sorted from high to low score or vice versa by clicking on the up and down arrows that appear to the right of the number correct. The number correct possible is the number the student can get correct in order to receive 100% for the assignment. The percent field is not editable itself, but displays the assignment score and is the calculation of the number correct divided by the number correct possible. I will skip the points earned for a minute and jump to points possible. This is how many points the assignment is actually worth toward the overall grade. By default, when you add an assignment, the points possible is the same as the number correct possible. This teacher has opted to change the value of the assignment. Notice on this assignment, it is different than the number correct possible. This assignment had 20 questions, and the student answered 19 questions correctly, the number correct score, which gave him a percentage of 95. But the assignment is only worth 10 points, so Mario will receive 9.5 points for this assignment to equal the 95% score. The points earned field is also not editable, but is the calculation of the student's assignment percentage of the total points possible. The comment is unique to the student and specific to the assignment. This field is used to communicate to the parent and student and is not a personal comment. Even if the assignment is not set for visible to parent, this comment can still be viewed by school administration. The date completed column will populate when the number correct is entered for the student and will default to the date the assignment was due. Status is similar to the unique comment field, but is a drop-down list to select from instead of a free-form comment. The status will appear as the initial part of the comment to anyone viewing the gradebook details. Attendance on date assigned and date due cannot be edited, but may affect how the student is graded for the assignment. Any field can be adjusted for an individual student, including the number correct possible or the total points possible. Notice that Jillian's assignment here is only being graded for 15 questions instead of 20 like the rest of the class. By clicking on the down arrow below the assignment description, more options will display. We will skip over the checkbox options for now and look at the other features unique to the Scores by Assignment page. The Mass Assign Values button will allow you to change all student assignments information at one time. Any field that is editable on this page can be updated for the entire gradebook roster. Information edited here is unique to this gradebook, even if the gradebook is linked to other gradebooks. It does not change the value or settings of this specific assignment in the other linked gradebooks, so you can tailor part of an assignment to a specific class. The Mass Assign field defaults to number correct to give all students the same score on an assignment. Other options to mass change can be selected from the drop-down menu, such as number correct possible, points possible, date completed, comments, and status. Select the field to update, such as number correct. To the right of the drop-down box is a text box to enter the value to be added to all students in this gradebook. Notice before I continue, I have already entered a few scores for students. By system default, when I make this update, those existing scores will remain unchanged. Any existing information on this page can be overridden by selecting the Override Existing Values box. At this moment, I only want to update the students without scores, so I will not check that box. Now select the Save Mass Changes button. Now all the students in class have an assignment score. For this class, I also want to change the value of the assignment to 20 points instead of 10, so I want to mass change that field as well. I will select Points Possible from the Field Selection dropdown and update the value to 20. But this time I will check the option to replace the existing 10 possible points with a 20. When I click Save Mass Changes, notice the assignment is now worth 20 points in this gradebook, but the overall assignment is still only worth 10 to the other gradebooks I'm linked to. Another way to enter scores quickly is a feature called Quick Data Entry. This method would be used for entering scores from a stack of papers or items that are not in a specific order. You can either use the drop-down to select a name from the student list, or enter the first characters of the student's first or last name. Notice as I type, the names will begin to filter. I can select a student using the mouse or down arrow from the list of available students, or continue typing until the student I want is the only student left in the drop-down list. Use the Tab key to access the field to enter the student's score. After entering the score, use the Tab field to return to the student name box and continue entering scores for the students. The updated scores will save immediately. To evaluate the class progress on this assignment, click on the Show Stats button. This information is specific to this assignment and this gradebook roster. It shows the highest score, the lowest score, the class average, the middle score, the most common score, and the deviation. If you just entered scores on this page, you will need to refresh the page to update the analysis status. To close this information, click Hide Stats. To enter an assignment score, you can also click on the assignment score field for that student and enter the score. To move to the next student, I can use the down arrow, my Enter key, or the mouse. Use the Tab key to take you across the page to the next field for that student. Now that I have finished grading the assignment, I will mark it as grading completed. If the gradebook option to apply assignment scores immediately is not checked, then once I mark this assignment as grading completed, the student's cumulative percentage will update to include this assignment. If the Apply Scores Immediately option is checked, consider marking assignments as grading completed when scores are recorded anyway. Marking an assignment grading completed flags any missing scores or unscored assignment as orange and applies the ungraded assignment toward the cumulative score, and shows as a missing assignment to the parent, student, and administration. Once this assignment has been graded and marked grading completed, you have the option to only show missing scores, which will only list students that do not have scores for this assignment, where the field is blank, and the score field will be orange. The Scores by Assignment page sorts students alphabetically and will integrate new students that transfer into your class alphabetically. If you would like to view your gradebook roster in a different order other than alphabetically, you can view your roster in a custom order by selecting Sort Student by Custom Sort field instead of name. A custom student sort order can be set up in Manage Students on the Manage menu. Below the current gradebook students are students who have been dropped from your gradebook, which will appear in yellow. But on this page, we're still active at the time the assignment was due. If the student has transferred into the class after the assignment was due, or transferred out of the class before the assignment was due, then the student's name will not appear as current or dropped. If you need to edit an assignment score for a student not appearing on the assignment roster, then the date range for the student's class participation will need to be adjusted. Click on the Students menu and find the student's name to edit the student's date range for the gradebook. For assignments that apply a narrative grading scale, a drop-down will appear in the score field. The drop-down will include your narrative marks, here a pass or fail, and an NA and TX or blank option. I can select the P from the drop-down menu and hit the Enter key to go to the next student, or type a P in the field and use the arrow keys to toggle between my other options that appear in the drop-down menu. Entering NA instead of a score will excuse a student from completing the assignment and appear as gray. This assignment is not required to be turned in and will not count against the student's overall grade. Another option, entering a TX, or temporarily excused, also does not count against the student's overall grade at this time, but it is orange and considered a missing assignment. There are other colors to note on the assignment scores. Green indicates a score that is higher than the maximum score for the assignment. Notice this green space here is 21, which is higher than the number correct possible, giving the student an assignment score higher than 100%. Blue indicates a negative score, as -2 shown here. This concludes our tour of scores by assignment. Additional features are available when viewing scores by class and scores by student.